months or something crazy like that. It's great to have you guys back here. Excited, obviously, about the season. Just heard great news that the Lehigh game, there's no tickets left, so that's a sellout. Lehigh, and excited about that. And I think we only have 100 tickets left or so for Penn State, and we don't have many left for Wisconsin. So every one of these games is, getting closer and closer to sellout. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited. People are excited to see Rutgers basketball live, back in the rack. And I thank you guys for that too. And I thank you for coming. You guys saw my team, today for the first time, or the second or third time. I really like this group. And stay healthy, obviously, all those things. But some really good things happening here, and we got a nice blend. They have awesome chemistry, and we got our obstacles as always. The league is tremendously difficult. We're playing 1, 2, and 3. I think the first 3 games, so we played the best teams at 14. But every team in this league is really good, and I'm excited. We had a great summer, by far our best spring, summer. Thankful that students are back on campus. Thankful that the Riot Squad, students are as excited as they can be. And what I really want to do, though, our ticket office, they've done a great job. Joe Ralphinelli has been awesome, working. And so I want to give him a shout out. As always, Greeny, some guys behind the scenes, my staff, does a great job with everything. And I'm excited. My staff, Carl Hobbs, I don't know if you guys know, he was elected into the Assistant Coaches Hall of Fame. He's back. Brandon Knight will go into the Hall of Fame at Pittsburgh. I think it's next Friday, 22nd. So he's going into the Hall of Fame. TJ Thompson, Steve Hain, who does everything for me, Mike Larkin over there in the corner, who keeps me organized and all the stuff. We have a new guy, Tom Barrett, over there. He's unbelievable with analytics. He gives us a little different look at what our players are doing every single day, stats, everything. He's been unbelievable. He comes to us from Temple. He was a Fran Dunphy guy, so excited about that. And then Scott and Sass, our 2 GAs, do a lot of great things. So I'm excited. My staff's back, and Dave Van Dyke too, and Rich, keeping guys healthy. We had Oscar out today. Oscar sprained his ankle, but we've been pretty healthy, and again, excited about my roster, and they're coachable. They play hard, and we got a lot of challenges, but I think we're ready for them. Well, it's open up to you guys. You need to hear me.
Steve, you seem very optimistic. How good can this team be, and what maybe can separate that from past teams you've had?
Yeah, their chemistry's been awesome. So they work hard. We've really grinded them. Today was one of our shorter practices, so we've been going along. They come back the next day. They by far watch the most film of any group, and they're in the gym more than any group that I've had. So this morning we had 4 guys up early and shooting, working. They'll come back tonight. They're lifting right now. They'll eat and come back. They're into it. They put the time into it. I think it's a nice blend. We have veteran guys, and then we have young guys that are hungry to play. So it's been really great. And you'll see different guys together with different guys all the time on campus. I love the fact that they have some distractions too from basketball, which we didn't have at all last year. They go to football games. They're going to concert this weekend. They do a lot of different things, and they didn't have any of that last year. So it's good. They're in the gym. They work hard. They watch their film. Then they go, out to eat, go to a concert. Do things that they're supposed to be doing. So I'm excited about the distractions too that they have. But I like we got gamers. Ron and Gio have played a lot of minutes. Caleb McConnell's been our most efficient player, and all the stats and everything. Cliff works harder than any big guy we've had ever here, probably. I don't know the past, I only know my past, but if a big guy works harder than him, I'd be shocked. I love Ralph. AG has given us age and experience. He'll be one of our better defenders. He's led us in offensive rebounding since we first started statting the very first practice. So Ralph brought us some of that. Andre Hyatt brings us experience. He can really shoot the ball. He's been around at a double-double in the NCAA tournament last year. He's really blended in nicely. And then, I like they're not young, they're freshmen because of COVID, but they were here all last year. Dean's been great. Oscar's been great. Mawat has been our best defender with Jalen Miller. So a lot of different pieces. I can move them around. Today I just made even teams, but I've gone big with lineups. I've gone experienced guys against younger guys. I've gone a bunch of wings, positionless guys with 5 positionless guys. I've gone big with Ralph at the 4 and Cliff at the 5 and Ron Harper at the 3 and Caleb at the 2 and Paul at the 1. So I'm able to do a lot of different things with this group. So I'm excited about that.
Steve, you just mentioned another sellout 3 in just a few days. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, I'm just thankful. Come a long way. So I'm thankful. But a lot of people. I mean, that's Pat Hobbs. He's a great AD. He's been into it. Marketing people, our staff too. But I go to the store now. People want to know, and I just tell them like you gotta call because I don't know how many tickets going to really be left, and they're going fast. Well, Penn State's going fast. There won't be any for Wisconsin. So. Excited. That's our students, but that's the state of New Jersey, and they couldn't come last year. So we're going to play a fun brand of basketball, and hopefully they're excited that these guys are back and playing. But yeah, I'm excited that when I heard that today, I was excited. That first game's going to be exciting. Getting these guys, and I know our team really missed fans, as you can imagine. That's what you play. That's what you work so hard to do is play in front of the students and your fans. So excited.
Coach, good seeing you again.
Good seeing you too.
Coach, I'm always intrigued about the team that's going to be good, that has a menu of different kind of players and from different places around the country. But you have one freshman here, and what's the impact of this having on Jersey recruits? Because folks want to see folks coming from Jersey to stay home, but I know it's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I love my team no matter where they're from, but Paul has been great. Jersey guy, Cliff obviously, Ron Harper, those 3 guys have been, awesome. But I like Jaden Jones. I don't care where he's from too. He's 6'8". He could really score. Dean's from North Carolina. He's a freshman too. These guys are freshmen now because of COVID here. Cliff's a freshman. So I really like what they bring too. But this is a great state. We play a great brand of basketball. It is the best league in the country. I know every coach says that when they get up, but it just goes the last 4 or 5 years. We've had the most NCAA bids, our league by far. The 12 teams ranked last year out of 14. I don't think any league has ever had 12 teams, like almost their whole 1 to 14 ranked. That's like impossible. And the 2 teams that weren't ranked were losing to ranked teams that they were pretty good too. So those teams could beat anybody. So, again, I always say this. Rutgers is a great university made up of students from all 50 states, all countries. I love them if they're from New Jersey, but I love those guys that decided. Caleb McConnell came from Florida, and I'm glad he's here. So I'm excited about that too. But I think New Jersey understands we're a good basketball team. We're a good program. Playing a great league. We're going to sell out games, playing the most televised league in the country. So it's a good place. You come here and get a great education too. And be surrounded by good people. So
Steve, where is Cliff now in his development? And do you need him to step into a bigger role naturally without
yeah, I mean he will just because I think whenever somebody leaves, you get more opportunity. But he's good. Enjoy him for 30 games. Hopefully more than that, guys. He's top shelf. He's as good an athlete as we've ever had here. He blocks shots. His work ethic is off the charts. He's making 15-footers now. His free throw percentage is much better. I mean, I think people don't realize how hard it is to come into the best league in the country as a freshman. And he was also playing behind a 4-year, guy too. So, and he got injured. Right? So be healthy. He and Ralph, this has by far been my best 5 spot, and not even close, really. Stat-wise, they can score. They're really good passers. He's just getting better and better, as you would expect with his experience and his maturity. And again, he's a Dean's List student too, so I might add he's a great student. So, yeah, he's going to have a really good year, and we should really enjoy him. Be as impactful as a big guy as we've had here in a Rutgers uniform.
Steve, what made this your best spring and summer?
Yeah, you know what? They just had a different kind of focus. You know, I think that, you know, for Gio and for Ron, I think it was good the feedback they got. They came back, you know, really with some great feedback, and they went about working to try to improve in some of those areas. And Caleb McConnell was healthy. It's his first off season. He's been healthy, so he's been with us all the time. Paul had a finger injury that he kind of got through. He shooting the ball really at a high level. Paul's a couple years under his belt now. He's real mature. He's a gamer. You know, Paul's good. You know, this group, and then I think the guys we brought in really blended nicely. Like I told you, they were the only two guys maybe I talked to in the portal that didn't start off the conversation with how many shots am I going to get, how many starting, you know, am I going to start? You know, they didn't start off that way. They started off with, they wanted to go to grad school here, you know, and Andre started off with, he wants to finish his degree, he's got one more year, and then go to grad school, and then they start off, they want to be part of a winning program. You know, so those guys really added some experience, but with some maturity. And then I think those young guys were, you know, they were good last year. They were chomping to play, but our veterans were just, you know, a little bit more experienced, a little bit better, as you can imagine. And now those guys are ready, but they're excited about, you know, the minutes that they could possibly have. And Jaden Jones gained 23 pounds. Like, I think his half a year helped him too. You know, so it's just a good group. And Gio's been a good leader. Paul's been a good leader. Caleb. You know, I think they've been through enough to really, you know, explain to the younger guys what we're about ready to partake with this league and all the challenges that we have. So we did a lot of team stuff though, but they enjoyed each other, and we enjoyed coaching them. I think our staff did a great job this summer too, helping them get better. So I think that was a big part of it.
Did you mention Paul? Let's just follow up on that. How has his game evolved?
I mean, I think every year his game has improved. So people in his first year, like, he's gotten better defensively. He's shooting the ball as well as, you know, from deep. He's just he's gotten bigger. He's gotten stronger. He's making really good decisions. You know, again, I think he's just always up for those challenges. You know, and he's way more comfortable on the court. When you got a big point guard with size like that, it really, who wants to pass the ball, it's really, you know, I think it's, especially at that point guard position, we really share the ball. Like, our team passes the ball as well as we've ever passed it, making extra plays, making those extra passes, and guys are kind of starting to enjoy making the extra pass. So we talk about sharing the game all the time. We've talked about that for 6 years. This team truly shares basketball, and so we're hard to guard. You know, and that starts with Paul, starts with Gio too. You know, I think that kind of filters down to the rest of the guys.
Coach, rebounding is an area that you've spoken about the move on this season. How have you approached that this off season, and how confident are you with that in that area?
Yeah, we will 100% be better in that area. Yeah, we're a better blockout team right now as we speak. We're bigger, our length is bigger, we got better size. We added Ralph, who is our leading offensive rebounder right off the bat in the preseason. So added another guy that could really go up there and grab offensive rebounds. We just have put a huge emphasis on it, and our guards are big. So, and Paul's a good rebounder anyways. You know, Caleb's been statistically our best rebounder. So it's been Cliff, it's been Ralph, it's been Caleb. You know, and we all know Ron can rebound with anybody too. So we've added more. Andre, a double-double in NCAA tournament game, so he's a real capable rebounder. But yeah, I feel real good about it. But we've spent a lot of time, and we've talked about it, and we've watched film about it, and kind of understand that we got to go back to what we used to do, and that was be a great rebounder team.
Jaden Jones, where is he in his development? How long does 21 about plays at? Where is he?
Yeah, Jaden's going to be really good. He can really score, you know. But you know, like any freshman, he's playing with veterans every day. But he has days where he's really good. I mean, he passed the ball. He's got great size. I mean, his standstill, he can shoot the ball as well. Standstill threes, he's as good as anybody. But you know, there's always that learning curve. I mean, you don't go from high school to playing Purdue and not have a learning curve with that. But he's getting better and better, and the weight has helped him to become more durable.
Steve, when people are buying tickets weeks and weeks in advance of games, the messages they expect that is really good. I mean, do you embrace that? Do you like the idea that this is no longer hoping to make the tournament? People are like,
Yeah, first I'm just, you know, we always expected to win and they did too. You know, now they're coming to our games. It's a great thing because they'll help us win now. That's why when you have people come to the games, actually, those expectations are always out there, whether they're at the game or not. So I'm excited that they're going to be there and they're going to help us win the games. I look forward to going back to the day before, people talking about games. And, that wasn't the case during COVID. And you had none of that home court advantage. So, I've embraced the expectations since we've been there. Like, our team we're trying to, I have the shelves up in my office. You guys all know about that. It's what, I had those there when we were picked 14th, but, I think this team, we're going to have some obstacles, obviously, because in a league like this, you're always going to have obstacles, and you got to stay healthy. But they got some good, they got some good fiber about them, and I really like that. And I know I can count on that fiber right now. In the past, I was hoping for some fiber and hoping this guy would step up, and these guys have done it, and I think they've been on a pretty good mission. So I'm excited about, I've always had those expectations, anyways. I know our staff has, and I hope our players have those expectations.
Hey Coach, moving back to the spring and summer, one thing that was really cool to see was hashtag Varsity Tuesdays on Instagram, where you guys went to jet ski around Hudson River, you guys went Hurricane Harbor, and went to a barbecue. How important do you think that is, for your chemistry moving into the season?
I mean, I thought very important, but understand the year before that we couldn't do any of that. So you're really talking about going from stay away from each other, work out, put your mask on, go to your room. Couldn't even have team meals together all last year. So, but yet you want your team to be real tight, and you want them to be real connected, and you can't do anything really fun with them. I thought it was great. It took them away from basketball too. We worked hard, we got our workouts done, and then we went and did something else. But that's what this area brings, a lot of different things that you can enjoy. Go into New York City, spend some time, go to the beach on the Jersey Shore. It's what the great part of New Jersey is. You're close to a lot of great experiences, and I think they had fun with that, stuff. And obviously, big difference from the year before when we were telling them to stay away from everybody and everything and their teammates. And after practice was over, go your separate ways. So I do think they had a lot of fun because they couldn't do that all last summer.
Take a couple more questions.
Yeah, Steve, you mentioned, that was interesting, you said, guys you talked to in the portal, the first question he asked was about getting up shots. How do you sort of discern when you're looking at people, how they're going to fit? How important is that, the fit part?
I mean,
Put the team
and
together.
Jerry, I've told you this our locker room's so important to me. I don't think anyone, understands that. We have great kids, and then you have young kids that are working hard to get minutes too. So that's it's always been of the most importance. A lot of teams want to stockpile, whatever they consider talent, or 5-star, or 6-star, 8-star, whatever you want to give. I'm trying to find guys that are going to fill in the needs that we don't have, and try to fit, with the personality of the team. And when you start talking to kids, that are leaving schools, like there's a lot of different thoughts and there's a lot of things. I'm always a good listener on those calls, and I knew we had 5 returning starters back, so if someone's a start, it's going to be hard to start here. If we had 5 leaving, then maybe that would be a little different conversation. But we had 5 returning starters, and I really like my young guys. So are you going to come in and work, and are you going to come in and earn your minutes? And that's what I kind of wanted to hear on the thing. And play any role instead of hearing, I got to play this position, I got to play that position. I don't know if you're going to play those positions here. So I'm a good listener. I always try to get good fits, and I want them to be fits for Rutgers University too. I want to be fits academically. Just because a guy has this many stats doesn't mean he's going to be able to be plugged in and have those same stats at the next school. And we make a lot of phone calls too, so it's personality too, fits. You make a lot of phone calls. You hear some things too maybe that you don't want to bring to your program. So.
Take a final question.
Coach Andre Hyatt, how has he transitioned in? He came from a talented program at LSU. How has that experience helped him, like you just said, come to a team with 5 starters already, and how is he adding to this program?
Yeah, I mean, he said to me, he and Ralph both said, like, we will compete. So our competitiveness amongst the whole group of them has been unbelievable. you know, and he competes every day, you know, and I think he's brought a level too of maturity. He wants to be here. He's close to home. He's excited about being around his family getting to see him play. Guys really like him. You know, he's got a nice personality. You know, he is taking on our vocabulary with our, you know, the hardest thing for kids when they leave a program is how we teach and our cores. And a lot of it's vocabulary. Our screen coverages are called different things than theirs. So he's learning all those things, and he's really a bright kid, you know. So he's fit in. He and Ralph have, you know, been really great. They really have. And excited to have them, you know, and they're going to bring some good fiber, you know, to our program. And they're hungry, and they've played at good levels, and they've won. You know, Ralph shot a huge percentage last year from the floor. I mean, he played a lot of minutes. Like, Ralph wants to win. Andre comes in here coming off an NCAA bid, so he's played on, you know, winning team in a program like that. So you know, they bring a lot to us, and they're not freshmen. They've been through some wars.
Thank you, Coach.
Any other, you guys good? Guys, I appreciate you taking the time. I always do. I'm very thankful that you guys are here. It's good to see you guys again. Look forward to seeing you on November 10th.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks again.